Okay, in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to build credit. So I've been very fortunate where I've been able to make videos on YouTube for over 2 years right here on this channel talking about how to build your credit. And in this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips that I use that worked for me in order to build your credit. But before we get started, I have a quick message. Welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Dwayne with How to Build Credit TV, and on this channel we talk about everything you need to know about credit, credit cards, and how to make money using credit cards. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Okay, so like I said, I've created videos on YouTube for a little bit over 2 years. I've been very fortunate to do so. And so today I was doing some YouTube stories, which is kind of my first YouTube stories. And so I was out walking, doing some exercise that I really need because during this coronavirus situation, the gym is closed, so I can't go to the gym like I normally do. So today I went ahead and did 10 miles and I kind of shared that journey on my YouTube stories. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. But it got me thinking about my credit card journey and what is required to build your credit score. So this particular video, I'm going to be talking about 3 tips that I use in order to build my credit, and you can do the very same thing in regards to building your credit. So the first tip when it comes to how to build your credit is, number 1, you have to take action. And so taking action for me, just like it did today, meant that I was going to go outside and I was going to exercise and I was going to walk those 10 miles, and it was step by step. And I can't tell you how much my foot was killing me around mile 8 because apparently I need some better shoes. But I said, you know what, I'm still going to take action. I'm still going to complete these 10 miles. And so it's the same type of scenario when it comes to your credit. You have to take action. And one of the first things that you can do that will allow you to do that is to find out your credit score. You can get your credit score for free. You can actually get like a copy of your credit report if you go to annualcreditreport.com. There are also different places where you can Google basically how to get your credit score for free. And so it's important that you have access to your score. Now, I'm not talking about the FICO score. If you want the most accurate score, then you probably need to go to myfico.com in order to see your actual FICO score, which a lot of lenders do use. But if you just want like a snapshot, Credit Karma is okay to get a snapshot. It's not going to be the most accurate, so I wouldn't treat it like it's accurate. Credit Karma provides a score that is not the FICO score. It's a different scoring model and it's not exactly the same. So it's not the best snapshot to get, but it kind of lets you know a little bit where you are. So if you're interested in building your credit, you want to make sure that you take action. And like I said, I really was inspired to do this video about how to build credit because I was outside walking today, and boy, I tell you what, initially I was like, I'll do 4 miles, and I kind of set a little easy goal that I knew I was going to be able to accomplish. But I was walking this golf course, and it was basically part of the golf course is not being used anymore. So I really didn't know the area well because it was just, an area that I had never walked before, which is very much like your credit journey. When you're trying to build your credit, it's sometimes a situation you've never been in before, especially if you're starting from scratch. It could be intimidating because there are some things that you just don't know. One of the things that you need to do for sure in regards to taking action is you need to know the 5 categories that make up your credit score. So there are 5 categories, and the first one that is the most is 35% of your score. It is payment history. That's 35%. The next one is credit utilization, which just simply refers to how much of your available credit are you using. That is 30% of your score. The third one is average age of credit. That is 15% of your score. The fourth one is new accounts, or hard inquiries, which basically is going to be every time you apply for a credit card or a car loan or home loan, that type of thing. That is 10% of your score. And then the last one is credit mix, which is another 10% of your score. So in regards to how do you build your credit, you have to take action, which is the very first step, and find out more about those 5 categories that make up our credit score and exactly how you can manipulate and tweak each category. Now, there's only so much that you can do in regards to the payment history. Your payment history is simply just paying your bills on time. It's pretty amazing how stuff that is not credit related, like your cell phone bill, it doesn't get reported to the credit bureaus, but if you don't pay that bill and now all of a sudden you owe the cell phone company, that will be reported to your credit score and that will affect your credit negatively. So you just want to always make sure that you're practicing paying all of your bills on time, no matter what it is. Even if it's not a credit card, you want to do your best to pay that bill on time, because if you do not, it will be reported to the credit bureaus and it will affect your score negatively. So once again, the first step, like I said, in regards to how to build credit is, number one, take action. And part of that action is to get informed, get more knowledge about credit, get more knowledge about the 5 categories that make up our credit score and how you can tweak each of those categories. All right, so that would be the first step. And once again, I was really inspired to do this video because, like I said, I was outside today doing my thing. I knew that I was going to complete at least 4 miles. I knew that for a fact. And I've done 10 miles before. I've done 14 miles before. But it was just really, really cool because right now I need to lose some weight, some serious weight. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to integrate kind of my weight loss situation because it's very much like credit. And what I mean by that is it is insanely easy to put on weight very quickly, very quickly. Okay. And that if I want to parallel that towards credit, it is very easy to mess up your credit score very quickly. You know, it only takes a couple of times not paying your bill on time, and for that to be reported to the credit bureaus, it will screw up your credit score quickly, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, the same thing is true for me in regards to gaining weight. Sometimes I can gain weight really, really quickly. Now, when it comes to building your credit score, if you're rebuilding it, that process is a lot slower than it is you messing up your credit score. You can mess up your credit score a lot quicker and easier than it will take for you to rebuild it. Same thing in regards to weight. For me, it takes a lot longer for me to lose weight than it does for me to put on weight. So once again, I was inspired by walking earlier today and I was like, okay, I got to give these 3 tips. So the second tip in regards to how you build your credit is to be consistent. Be consistent, and being consistent means that you are knowledgeable. You know exactly what's going on. You know how something will affect your credit score. For example, the second category that is the hugest is the credit utilization. That takes up 30% of our credit score. And so a lot of people just don't know what that really means, what credit utilization means, how it works, how it affects your credit score. So here's a quick example of how credit utilization affects your credit score. If you have a credit card that is $1,000 limit and that's your only credit card, if you're using $800 out of that limit, you're using 80% of your credit. So that will be not very good. So what you want to do, if you want your credit score to be very high, you would need to stay between 0 and 10%, okay, in regards to the credit card that you're using. That particular card, if it was the only card you had, $1,000 limit, that means you would need to stay between $0 and $100. Now, you don't have to always stay there, but that is when your score is going to be at its highest. If you're maybe 1%, anywhere between 0 and 10% is going to be good for your score. Now, when you start to go over 10% on the utilization, if your credit limit once again is $1,000, that's when your score is going to be lower. So if I have one credit card and my credit limit is $1,000 and I have $900 on that card, that is going to be 90% of my credit utilization and my score will be low. Now, if I pay that card all the way down to like 1%, and 1% of $10,000 would be $10. Let's say I leave a $10 balance on there, or let's say I pay it off, okay? You're going to be closer to where you need to be, and the less that your utilization is, the higher your score will be. So if your utilization is 10%, or if your utilization is 1%, your credit score is going to be higher. And what I like to tell people is, if you don't believe exactly what I'm saying, try it for yourself. And so this is where getting Credit Karma could be helpful, because that is free to do and you will have a 7-day snapshot of what's going on with your credit, right? So you can look at Credit Karma. Let's see, your balance was $900 and then you paid it down and now it's only, you know, $10. So you're going to go from 90% utilization, which would be $900, all the way down to 1%, which would be $10. And you can see what your score does. Okay, so you definitely want to get yourself in the know, get yourself knowledgeable about this. This will be another way for you to be successful if you want to build your credit. Now, the third way to build your credit is basically just to be persistent. Be patient. You have to be patient. And that is what I have to tell myself in regards to my weight loss journey, in regards to certain things, let's say certain financial goals that I set for myself. You have to be patient. Now, if you're like me, you definitely want what you want as soon as you want it. You want it as soon as it comes to your mind. You want it to happen right then, just because why not? You know, we're a microwave society, myself included, and I totally get it. But some things about your credit score, you just have to be patient, period. It's almost like growing up. You know, most of us when we're little, we're so excited about when we're older, right? We're like, I can't wait to be 18. I can't wait to be 21. I can't wait till I'm married. I can't wait till I have kids. And it's so funny. It's like we're trying to rush through our life, which sometimes I can understand. I've been there. I've done that. But when you get older, now you start to say, man, I wish I had known then what I know now. I wish I could go back to 21, or I wish I can go back to this age and like fix some things or do some things more efficiently. So it's the same thing with your credit score. You just have to be patient. You're not going to get to 21 until you get to 21. You know what I mean? You have to wait those 21 years before you're 21, and wishing it and wanting it to get here doesn't necessarily make it happen any sooner. So the same thing with your credit score. You got to be in the know. You got to be knowledgeable. You got to first, number one, take action. Number two, you have to be consistent. You know, get yourself knowledgeable about what it is. Like I said, the 5 categories that make up your credit score, and just be consistent. Do what you can do. And then number 3, you have to be patient. Be patient. Be persistent, but be patient. Patience is necessary for just about every and anything. Sometimes when I remember growing up, and I remember I was playing table tennis, and I was really aggressive in table tennis, and like I was practicing all the time, and sometimes it felt like I was never improving. And it, you know, I would just be at a plateau for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, you know, a month or two later, or a couple of weeks down the road, I realized I'm on another level. But there was a while where I was just on the very same level. So you got to be patient with yourself. I got to be patient with myself. Trust me, I know how hard that can be. When I was making my videos today on the YouTube stories that I shared with you guys, I was like, man, I look like a butterball. You know, I was like, oh my God, I'm so huge in this video, because I knew that like literally a month and a half ago, I was like 20 pounds lighter. And so it was kind of weird just seeing myself in that light. But that's okay. Like I said, I have to be patient, and I can't be a hypocrite. I got to be patient, just like I'm telling you guys to be patient. So once again, the 3 tips in regards to how to build your credit score is: number 1, take action. Number 2, be consistent, which involves being knowledgeable, learn the 5 different categories that make up our credit score. And then number 3, be patient. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It helps tremendously. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Click that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Also, feel free to share this video with somebody that may find it helpful. We do live streams on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Time right here on How to Build Credit TV. So if you have questions, check us out on the live streams. Get your questions answered live. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, my name is Dwayne with How to Build Credit TV, and I approve this video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.